and fellow speakers and dear children, good morning. I think the organizers have rightly organized this convention, and it's timely and it's the need of the hour. And the convention is titled Education and Democracy Through the Prism of the Constitution. It's also a timely topic because education is always linked to democracy. Without democracy, education is not possible. I mean, not the political democracy, but the social democracy. This is what Professor Anil Sadkoval also emphasized today morning in his speech. And also the Higher Education Minister also quoted this. The problem of a democracy is that, I'm sorry I have to speak in English today because the terminology is involved and the kind of the convention, which is a national level convention, I feel that I should deliver address in English. I hope that the audience will cope up with me. So between the correlation between education and democracy, if you see, John Dewey had almost 100 years ago made it very clear that without social democracy there is no education, because in a social democratic setting you will have equality. All units of the society, the individuals, will have an opportunity to have a conjoint communicative experience, and that experience is going to propagate more and more information sharing and sharing of knowledge, problems, feelings, and all human experience. And this collective human experience is essential for the education to do its business. So that means without democracy there is no education. But the Constitution is talking about, the Convention is talking about the Constitution through the prism up around and look around and go around all the private universities which are mushrooming now, and they are ready to market around, and most of the public universities will not get students, and the private universities are going to market around and capture the students' mass. And students studying in IIT will also get 70% courses taking from other private institutions, and he will get IIT degree also. But from a rural background, from a remote area, without much knowledge in sophistication, not knowledge, sophistication and experience in English and other disadvantages, will I be able to get registered, a course registered in IITs, IESCs? Will you give us reservation in taking course through the ABC, Academic Bank of Credit? Not. So it's a complete commercialization and globalization. India is signatory to World Trade Organization, GATS, in the year 2005. Ever since it subscribed to GATS in 2005, it is facing a lot of pressures from the World Trade Organization and constituent members. And now this current government, after 15 years, it ensured through ABC that the foreign institutions will also come and deliver their courses, offer their courses across the sea. So it's internationalization. Are they going to offer courses that are relevant to the conditions and the experiences that we face in this country? You think that the courses are going to solve and resolve and address the problems and challenges and questions we face in this country? Will not. That is why the courses should be relevant to the society, to the human experience, It must be regional, because education means it's not simply catering to these students on the required skills as desired by the nation state. It is as desired by the society, and solve the questions and challenges and problems facing the society. Only then you can say it is education then. Otherwise it is simply indoctrination. It is called indoctrination. The other aspect of the national education policy is value-based education. Value-based education. I never seen, go and you just look at the websites, Australian Education National Qualification Framework, the port of embarkment to the port of destination. Then it is right. You say that if you feel incompetent, if you have a social problem, and if you have no money, yeah, of course most of them will have no money, and if you are socially degraded, you please halfway through step down and get a certificate at least, and get at least a diploma, and I give you some training, 10 credits training, 2 months training. What training will you do? Bakoda training. Because bakoda making is enough. The Prime Minister of this country says that you all go and make bakoda, and you will have skills on making bakoda, and you just become. It is leading towards the occasionalization incorporated into the framework is nothing but descent-based job, occupations. Kula kalvi, kula kalvi, kula vele tori, kula tori, kula tori, kula kalvi, kula tori. Occasionalization of our framework, our qualifications, is nothing but kula kalvi. What? That is descent-based education, and it will result in kula tori. So every exit you want to inculcate, you want to impart vocational skills and send majority of the students with certificates and diplomas with a collatorial. We want decent jobs, decent occupations. All jobs we respect, of course, but we want upward mobility, decent jobs, not descent-based jobs, right? That is the real education. That must be the real education. Those who are deprived of these decent jobs so far, traditionally for centuries and centuries, must have an opportunity to have an upward mobility, to cross across to pass and maneuver across the intergenerational occupational, clutches that they have been facing. So intergenerational occupational mobility is the result. If you have an vocational education, it must have intergenerational occupational skills. The production, means of production in modern times are going to be, largely influenced by modern physics, quantum channel, quantum computing, artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning. Most of the production activities are going to be highly automated. I wouldn't say automated. It's naturally going to be electron-oriented. It's naturally. So the human labor has to be redefined. This human skill is to be redefined. The skills that we have now is going to be obsolete tomorrow, next 10 years. So what the youths in this country are looking for is the new competence, new skills, and new knowledge as required by the 21st century. Just in the next 5-10 years, already started. Are you going to give that kind of vocation to my kids? Are you going to give? No. Because you are going to give a certification which will make me only to make bakodas. Artificial intelligence, quantum computing, quantum channeling, all those is none of our business. You just go and make bakodas. And we have at least the minute, highly specialized, specially cultivated communities are there, and they take care of all these advanced modern skills. So these are all a lot of things that I have so much of, ideas to talk, but I have to allow my colleagues, and I'm sorry, Professor Ramanujam, and also a friend from Mumbai, and I have taken much of your time. Please beg me. And to conclude that, just one sentence I would like to say, this is a complete nonsense. National Education Policy 2020. Please, it is sweet quoted in the principal sections, lifelong learning, critical thinking, all these. So, cut and paste. Anyway, I don't want to talk much about it. Please don't be swayed away by these sweet quoted words. But you look deep into that, whatever I said, and beyond what I said, a lot of traps and plots there to just, undermine us, the aspirations of the people of the country, and education, as I said in my first part of the speech, is the last hope that any humankind will be looking for to liberate itself. And especially when the country is highly dominated with the social degradation and social inequalities and undemocratic society, where there is no intercourse of experiences and exchanges of ideas and knowledge happening in this country, education should try to first propagate, democratize more the society so that it will be reflected in universities and schools, and the experience will be cultivated as cultivated as subject matters of instruction and learning in curriculum. This is a solution, and the national education policy is against all the philosophies and principles of education so that we must resist it, and the national higher education qualification framework should be thrown out of the subcontinent of this country. CUTE, NEET, all should be thrown out of the subcontinent. Let us work towards that, and I thank the organizers for giving us the opportunity to share these wonderful ideas, and we shall propagate these messages across the nation. Thank you very much.